Hey everybody, David Childress here, Mightymouse Solutions. I couldn't think of anything better to start off the video again but the Z, so there it is. Wanted to pick up where the last video left off, the Pcv Acid Test on my Trailblazer. I was so excited posting that I kind of rushed through it. I immediately had some regrets. So this one picks up where that one leaves off. What we've done is left a little bit of room on the table with the last video because of this factory sized 3/8 barb that I rated around 650 horsepower conservatively. As you remember, we saw about 2.5 psi. I immediately started getting some concerns about cracking pressure and do people, oh, is this too much? Because we really want none. I even said that in the video that we wanted none, but I was throwing a whole air compressor worth of air at it, so we got 2.5. It didn't hurt the engine. Obviously it's still running fine. So one of the big sellers on the website is these oil fill adapters that I have, and just like that we go from a factory size hose barb to, I have these in 6, 8, 10, and 12 AN in clear anodized and in black. And just as quickly as we cap this off and we add this, the flexibility of the system just moved from 650 horsepower up to 1,000. So how does that play out on the gauges? So I've got it all set up again. It looks a little bit more weird this time. Instead of measuring the pressure here, I have to measure here where we used to hook up, and that's going to happen at the end of this hose here. Hopefully you can see that that's connected. And then we'll just, we're checking the pressure leaving the system or vacuum in the system with this number 10 hose that I fabbed up. I actually need to get rid of this fitting. So this would be an upgrade. Say you, oh, I was stock and now I've got a built motor and a turbo. So you take this little guy off as a prototype, excuse the raw aluminum. We're switching to a number 10, and a number 10 isn't the biggest one I sell. I have a number 12, and we can actually fit 2 number 12s on the can. But we're not going to get that wild. Maybe do something with a leaf blower in the future. That sounds fun. I don't have a leaf blower. So I'm going to go ahead and install the new inlet fitting. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. The dirty side line here, and I'll show you that we don't have any sneaky little leaks to throw off the results here, because when we fire it up, obviously we're going to pull a vacuum. Now we're going to have a vacuum leak because I got to put the air compressor in here, so I'm just going to cover that with my finger. And here are my keys. I'm going to fire it up. I'm going to cover this. So you remember this from the other video, the way that we run the system, we can control the air in and out of the crankcase, eliminating crankcase pressure, catching the oil, everything we want. So we're building some vacuum in the crankcase. This gauge seems to be reading a little bit different than the other one, so it's at 4. The other one was like 2.5. And you see here we lose that vacuum assist, so it's not being faked, it's really happening. We're building vacuum in the crankcase during normal driving. Another thing that didn't get gone over last time, someone asked, well, how much air pressure are you putting in this thing? So here's my air compressor. I don't know, call it 105. Something like that. We'll let it go till the air compressor cuts on. So a 10 AN supposed to be 5/8 versus 3/8. So we'll check out how that works. Oh, look, I set this same little, this is fun, so I set this up again, right? Okay. That's air. Here we go. Let's see if I can. Alright, so you hear it's quiet here, right? So as you'll notice, with the number 10 fitting, we're not getting jack in pressure, which is exactly what I really wanted to show in the first video. Unfortunately, that stock barb just left a little bit to be desired when you're throwing a whole air compressor at it. So you see we're at a boost now, or we're at a crankcase pressure, building vacuum. I'll go ahead and hit this again. It's gonna go up to 0. I guess this black band on this one is 0. And I'll just go ahead and hold it there, just like in the last video. But now we're venting through a much larger hose to the can, and I don't know if you can hear it, but basically all that's coming out the breather. And I don't think anybody's ever held the throttle open this long, unless your car's pretty slow, but that's basically what we're looking at. Nothing. Let off. Back into vacuum. Just like that. So we could say that's roughly 0. Sure looks like 0 to me. And that's because we were able to, on the fly, you saw it in a matter of minutes, change this line so that we can now accept more crankcase flow out of the system while still keeping better than stock PCV, because stock PCV you're not going to pull any vacuum at normal driving at all. So there you have it. Not much else to say. If you got a comment or suggestion on what we do next to this guy, give me a shout. MightyMouseSolutions@gmail.com, www.MightyMouseSolutions.com. Thank you very much. Oh, and there's the Z06 again. There he is.